I'll be on the right side or the left side on this episode of Fellowship of the Father. So, folks, today I think what I'll be talking about is life balance. Life balance. So, let's go ahead and talk about some concepts. So, one thing would be what we're currently going through right now in the United States is people are struggling with the question of what is right and what is wrong, what is democratic, what is communist. I guess I don't know the opposite of democracy. I guess that would be communism, or what is tyrannist. Right? People are really struggling with that. I don't know why all of a sudden the switch has been flipped. If people went from knowing the difference, now no one knows the difference. Something to think about. But anyway, let's talk about life balance. And I might, if you hang out at the end, I think what I'll do is I'll post a nice scripture about the question that I asked in the beginning, about left and right. But right now, what I'd like to talk about is life balance in general. So I am sacrificing my workout schedule this morning. So I'm going to go in late, and I'm probably not going to get to the machine I want because I wanted to do these videos. I want to catch up on these videos. I told myself I'd be doing certain things. I'd be posting a certain amount of videos, and I'm going to keep that promise to myself. So that's what I'm going to do. It's part of life balance. You got to give and take within your own perimeters. So how do you develop a great life balance is the question. So think about this. Let me give you an analogy. I do a lot of mixing in my studio, and there's different dimensional things that are being mixed simultaneously. So for instance, one would be the level coming in. You need a nice level of audio that comes into the studio. You need the levels between the instruments. You also need to place the mics in a way that the levels that are coming in are healthy levels and they're getting the right tones. And then once everything is recorded, then you need to go back and fix the levels pertaining to each individual volume to make sure that no one instrument is ruining the other instruments or getting hidden behind other instruments. Then you need to also tune in the frequencies in a way that it's pleasant and that everything sticks out in a certain way. So there's a lot of balancing going on within that process. So one thing I gather from all that is that it's a bit like life in a lot of ways. If you want to live an amazing life, you can't just mindlessly pull in anything and mindlessly let things sit around and mindlessly not worry about particular things. So, for instance, one of the parameters on this audio recording would be something called pan, where it goes either left or right on the pan. And so what that does is it creates dimension. So say that you have a drum set. The hi-hat is not dead center on the drum set. It's actually moved over to, I believe, the way I do it, I move it to the right. I like to make it look like it's on stage. I like to make it set up in the way that you would hear it if it was on stage. So it gives it dimension. So the answer to should I go left or right is a tricky question because it implies that there's only a right or wrong way to do it. When the scripture that I actually am going to be presenting at the end of this broadcast implies propensities and values. So say that let's just give a for instance. So say that left values are benevolent values. So think about a mom who's nurturing and takes care of her kids and makes sure that they get their bowl of cereal every morning so they can get to school, and pats them on the head, gives them a kiss on the side of the face. And then you got the villain walks in. The villain. The guy that's been villainized all this time. The dad walks in. Johnny, did you do your homework last night? Nope. I don't want to have to give you a whooping, Johnny. Think about it that as a bit like the right brain or the right side of things. So it's not so much that you need one and not the other. It's you have to decide the value you're going to be, um, how much you crank up one or the other. How about that? Let's put it that way. So, as the Bible says, it says, honey is sweet, but too much and you will vomit, right? It's the same thing. Just because it tastes good doesn't mean it's good for you. And honey is actually really good for you in a lot of ways, but it's not good in great volumes. It's not, your blood sugar spikes and will freak you out a little bit if you just decide you're going to be eating honey all the time, even though it's good for you. So that's the way life is. You got to decide for your particular life, your particular goals, what it is you're trying to do, the things that you're going to be responsible for, not someone else, not their advice. All I'm doing is giving advice. I'm not really, not, hopefully you don't think I'm telling you what to do, and I wouldn't go with that. If anyone told you what to do, tell them to go fly a kite. But what I'm saying is you get to decide, and you need to design your own life according to what works for you, what is healthy for you. If righteousness is part of your life, then be righteous, but you have to determine what righteousness is. And what I see is a lot of people determining what righteousness is based on their particular dogma or their particular church affiliation, and it really doesn't pan out to anything super substantial a lot of times. I'm not saying that it never does. I'm just saying what I'm saying is, in general, it's not panning out. So, see how I even use the word panning out? All this stuff kind of overlaps at times, right? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and post that scripture for you. Go ahead and read that on your own time. Reach your own determination on what it means, and go ahead and leave a comment about what you think it might mean. And anyway, this is Lawrence. This is Fellowship of the Father, and this has been about balance. And go ahead and leave a comment. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.